Australia could withhold some information from the US investigation into what triggered the Mueller probe.
Let's go live now to our political reporter Trudy McIntosh in Canberra. Trudy, yesterday as this news broke, we were mulling over what kind of role Australia might play in any so-called investigation. Now we know that the level of cooperation the Prime Minister is willing to provide is limited.
Well, that's right, Laura. The scope of Australia's involvement in this investigation into how the Mueller probe came about is becoming somewhat clearer today. The Australian newspaper is reporting from a senior government source that Australia isn't willing to hand over diplomatic cables or sensitive information to the Trump administration. But we don't know the full extent of the cooperation. The Prime Minister has not publicly spoken about this issue. We only saw that brief statement yesterday via a government spokesperson, which didn't outline the full details of the cooperation. Now, the US Justice Department is looking into how this Russia probe came about. It wants to look into this meeting that we saw between Alexander Downer, the then High Commissioner to the UK, and the Trump campaign advisor, George Papadopoulos. At that meeting in London is the crux of what they want Australia to help get to the bottom of. Labor also wants to get to the bottom of a few things. Anthony Albanese demanding that Scott Morrison answer what level of cooperation he agreed to in that Prime Minister's phone call to Donald Trump.
The Prime Minister needs to explain to the Australian people exactly what happened here, exactly what his role has been, what took place in terms of this phone call.
His predecessor, Bill Shorten, went further. He's demanding that the transcripts of that phone call be released publicly, something that you'd imagine the Prime Minister will be reluctant to do. But Bill Shorten also says Scott Morrison risks being viewed as the lapdog of Donald Trump.